game happened on Saturday, January 20th. The first game is the Bucks beat the Detroit Pistons by 6 points, 141-135. I just feel like even though the Bucks have a really good record this year, I don't feel like they're really beating the bad team. Like their point differential is not that great. The 29-13 is all good, but even when you play Detroit, you beat them by 6 points on the road. That's okay with no Kate Cunningham. I feel like they could be better. Damian Lillard, big game versus the bad team, 16 for 16 from the free throw line, 11 assists. Yep, that's what Dame can do. Like he could legit go a month putting up average 40. That's what he would do when he was on the Blazers. For a month, he would just average 40 points. It's not gonna happen with the Bucks, but this game we see how Dame, can go off like this. 45 points, 11 assists is amazing, right? That's how many points generated by him, and then go 16 for 16. Well, Giannis went to the free throw line 22 times. If he made 11, he would have 42 points. But it's all good, almost a triple-double with 2 steals and block. This is why when you have Giannis, you got to think about punting free throws. It just makes more sense. And you can also just, because Giannis doesn't take a lot of threes. A lot of guys who are bad free throw shooters, they don't take a lot of threes. So naturally, you just punt 2 categories. You punt threes and you punt free throws, right? It's not a bad idea in category leagues. Malik Beasley, the minutes is back up again with 34 minutes, just a 3-point streamer. Brook Lopez continues to play amazing with a steal and 3 blocks. And look at Chris Middleton. The minutes is back up with 17 points, a steal and 2 blocks, 4 assists, 5 rebounds, and 3 threes. All the numbers look pretty good for Chris Middleton. We look at Detroit. Wow, it's a mess. Ausar Thompson finally able to get 32 minutes. I wouldn't really trust it, to be honest. Next game he could just go back playing 25. So before he start and before he get consistent 25 minutes, I would just leave him on the waiver wire. He's got to have a couple games for to really convince us. This game, you have a lot of injuries going on, and then Kate Cunningham is out. You have Katie and Hayes playing just 17 minutes. So Jaden Ivey is running the point. Jaden Ivey needs to be rostered. I think we all know that. 6 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 threes, 18 points. It's really, really good. Jalen Duren was in some foul trouble. Not the best game, but he is averaging a crazy amount of rebound. Jalen Duren on the season. Let's see where he's ranked rebound-wise. Yeah, he's a 5th ranked player, averaging 11.4. And the guys ahead of him, Sabonis, Rudy Gobert, Anthony Davis, Nikola Jokic. So he's doing an amazing job. Wow, Joel Embiid only averaged 11.3. I guess the minutes. And Jalen Duren is doing it in 29.5 minutes. If he plays Anthony Davis minutes, if he plays 35 minutes, he might lead the league in rebounding. He just might. Pretty good stuff from Jalen Duren. But the problem is he doesn't really block that many shots. If he blocked more shots, his rankings would skyrocket. Because that's the most important category in fantasy. In terms of you could actually have the most impact because there's so many guys just don't get any blocks, and then you have a guy that's getting 3.5. We go on to the next game. The Spurs, they beat the Wizards by 4, and Wemby blocks 6 shots. This is what he does. Protect the paint, 24 points in 28 minutes. I don't know what else to say about this man. This guy, next year, you just hope that he's on a team that can maybe compete for a championship because, what am I saying? Can compete for a playoff spot. So that we don't have to worry about Spurs players just randomly resting when we get to the end. Zach Collins came off the bench, still played 20 minutes. Just a streamer, to be honest. Victor is playing at the center exclusively now, so Zach Collins is not getting that much minutes. Jeremy Sohan needs to be rostered everywhere at this point. He had some foul trouble, still played 28 minutes, had 3 steals and a block, 23 points, and overall very good game. Hit all his free throws, which is not going to happen every game. Probably like a 75% free throw shooter. 8 for 11 from the field is amazing. Devin Vassell and all these guys actually just Devin Vassell and Trey Jones they started getting the minutes. They become must rosters. I would try to sell high on Trey Jones and Jeremy Soham and Devin Vassell. Basically all the Spurs guys. Well, you're not gonna sell Victor Wembanyama high because nobody's really gonna give you his on a per game basis value. So just hold. But the other guys, Spurs guys, just do a two for and get relevant. I really don't want to hold any Spurs guys going to the playoffs. We look at the Wizards. Yeah. What is the Wizards team? Where is this Wizards team going? Marvin Bagley though need to be rostered as long as we have that guy is still out. Should I always forgot his name? Give me 1 second. Let me see if I can get his name. I remember his face. Damn it. Oh yeah, Daniel Gafford. God damn it. Can't remember his name every time. Daniel Gafford remains to be out, so Marvin Bagley is a guy that we should, at least for points and rebounds, put up a decent game. 7 offensive rebound is not bad. Jordan Poole could be worse. 60 points, but he added 2 steals and a block. Could be worse. Tyus Jones, just 27 minutes here, still has 6 assists. He's also a guy that, to be honest, I would try to sell high. This game, Delon Wright came in and played 20 minutes. So, just any Wizards guys also, I would be really, really cautious having high hopes on it once we get to the end of the season. Kyle Kuzma also might get traded. I think it doesn't matter where he gets traded, it's going to hurt his value because all his value come from just the raw volume. Points, rebound, assist. It's not like he goes to a different team, he's gonna score more points or get more rebounds or more assists. Probably like a contending team wanting him to be like the 4th scoring option. So the minutes might even go down. Danny Advia minutes is good. Let's go pick him up and just ride it out. And then Delon Wright, this game, it shows like he's not gonna do this every game, but 3 steals and a block. If they have a back-to-back, you need some defensive stats. He's one of the guys you can go. And he could really explode for 5 steals. It's not gonna happen very often, but it's a possibility. Moving on to the next game, we'll have the Sixers. Wow, this is a low-scoring game. Beat the Charlotte Hornets 97-89. Joel Embiid, 33 points, no problem. 10 rebounds, 5 assists with 3 blocks. Went to the free throw line 12 times. And how about Tyrese Maxey? 42 minutes. They just play him to the death. That's Nick Nurse style. There are a couple of coaches in the NBA. They are not afraid to hand out high minutes. Nick Nurse is one of them. Tom Thibodeau is another. So Maxey's efficiency just drops a ton. 16 and 8 could really be better, to be honest. Kelly Oubre Jr. is getting the start, so I would have him on my team if I'm looking for points and threes and steals and rebounds. Not the best game here, but we shouldn't be discouraged rostering him until DeAnthony Melton comes back. Batum played okay. You could stream him for defensive stats, and Tobias Harris had 21 points. But surprisingly, they only scored 97 points. Is the Charlotte Hornets really that good of a defensive team? That held Joel Embiid. Well, Miles Bridges played 40 minutes. Clearly, they're trying very, very hard to win this game. Very good. 5 threes, 25 points with 11 rebounds. Big game from Miles. Terry Rozier. God damn, I'm tired. Terry Rozier, with no LaMelo, 19 points, 9. Again, this guy that you gotta sell high. Try to sell high. Do a 2-for-1, get a top 30 player. Those are the trades I'll be targeting. Cody Martin is a guy that we could stream for defensive stats. He's racked up a ton. 1 steal and 4 blocks. Are you kidding me? They have a couple guys out, so let's go target him. Just go grab him and see how things go from here. As long as he's getting the minutes, he should have some value. Moving on to the next game, the Toronto Raptors get destroyed. Absolutely destroyed by the Knicks. Well, the Knicks are really, really good after the trade. They've just been playing really, really good. Scotty six rebounds, 7 assists, 2 blocks is good enough for me. RJ with 20 points. Just that, play just 20 minutes because the blowout. But he's been very, very solid, I would say, even when he was on the Knicks. But on the Raptors, after Siakam trade, his minutes is just even more secure now. Emmanuel quickly had 11 assists, that's great, amazing. While Dennis Schroeder gets 22 minutes. We got to think about what to do with Dennis Schroeder. I think he's a drop. They just don't look back. Bruce Brown gets 22 minutes and maybe the blowout. And Gary Trent Jr., I would pick him up if I'm looking for point threes, and unlike many three-point specialists in the NBA like Tim Hardaway Jr., Malik Beasley, those are the names that I could think of. One thing that stands out, one thing that Gary Trent stands out is he gets a lot of defensive stats. He gets steals. One steal here and a block. If he averages 1.5 steal, that's huge value. That's huge value. So I just wouldn't leave he's starting, and who knows, the minute might trend up. So let's just go grab him. He has, I think, good enough upside for us to just hold him for a couple games, see how things go. Speaking of the Knicks, Isaiah Hartenstein left the game early with ankle injury. You do not, in any circumstance, drop Isaiah Hartenstein. You just don't drop him. Hold him. Hopefully it's not too serious. Jalen Brunson, oh my God, 38 points, 9 assists, 5 threes. The Knicks, guys, they just have incredible usage. Same thing with Julius Randle, 16 rebounds, 10 assists, 18 points. And OG Anunoby finally has, racked up those defensive stats. 1 steal and 3 blocks. Would you look at that? Josh Hart, Dante DiMartino, they're just streamers. They're not much roster players. Move on to the next game. We have Cleveland beat the Atlanta Hawks 116-195. Cleveland just rack up wins versus bad teams. They're actually, they're on a 7-game winning streak. Am I high on this team? Not really. And they are doing this without Darius Garland. And Donovan Mitchell didn't really have that good of a game, but it didn't matter. 8 assists, 18 points with no threes. Who went off this game? Jarrett Allen with 3 steals and 3 blocks. With Evan Mobley out, I think it helps his value. I would try to, again, those guys, I'll do 2-for-1, try to get a top 20 play, always. I think when Mobley comes back, he's going to lose a few rebounds, even a few minutes, right? Their skill sets do overlap. So a lot of games, they don't need to have 2 of them out there. But they'll play Mobley over Jarrett Allen in most cases. Isaiah Okoro played 33 minutes. He's not good in fantasy, so let's not do anything. The Atlanta Hawks, what is going on? They might need to blow things up. Trade, not the best game again. Hit 3 threes, just 28 points because the blowout. 24 points, 15 points and 5 assists. That's really, really bad. DeJounte Murray had an okay game, but they trade rumors that he's going to get traded to one of those contending teams. Lakers might want him, and a couple other teams. If he gets traded to the Lakers, that makes things a little bit more interesting, at least for the Lakers. Just more talent, but he's not that great of a 3-point shooter. So I don't know if that's what LeBron AD want. But another young guy, another can run the offense. It never hurts. Clint Capella and Okongwu, they split the minutes. Really not much to talk about. We know Okongwu is probably better per minute than Capella. What are you gonna do? As long as 2 guys are healthy, I don't see a reason why they are must roster. Capella really just for rebounds. Doesn't really offer anything else at this point of his career. Jalen Johnson, meanwhile, continued to be just absolutely of a beast. 7 rebounds, despite the Hawks getting destroyed. 20 points, 50% from the field. Free throws is a little bit bad, but who cares? 7 rebounds, 4 assists, and a steal, and 2 blocks. Bogdanovic, also not the best game. The whole Hawks didn't play that good a game, but he's a hold. Let me get some water. I need to get a coffee bad after this. The next game is the Oklahoma City Thunder. Well, how about that? How about the Oklahoma City Thunder, huh? 102-97 beat the Timberwolves on the road. And the Timberwolves this year, they're 17-2 at home before they lost to Oklahoma City Thunder. And now the top 3 seed, they are basically 1 game from each other. Clippers are right behind them too. And the Pelicans are 5.5 games old. The West is competitive. Very, very competitive. Okay. We look at Shea. Now he consistently get to the line over 12, 13 times a game, and then has 33 points, 6 assists, and 2 steals. His steal numbers dipped, but 2.8 is crazy. He still averages over 2 steals on the season. Josh Giddey plays his 25 minutes. This is who he is now. Next year, he might be a guy that we could maybe draft in the last round and be a surprise. But he's not going to be the same draft position he was this year. Clearly losing minutes over some other guys. Meanwhile, Jalen Williams and Chet Holmgren prove that they're really, really good. Jalen Williams struggled here, but added 3 steals. He's very, very efficient, and he racked up defensive stats. He's been racking up defensive stats. He wasn't doing that earlier this season, but 3 steals here again. And Chet Holmgren, you know how many shots he blocks. 1 steal and 2 blocks seem really good to me. On the Timberwolves, Anthony Edwards took just 10 shots for whatever reason, 6 for 10, 19, 5 and 5. Anthony Edwards gave a lot of hype, but fantasy-wise this year he didn't really take a leap. The only difference, I don't know how much he got better, but the Timberwolves team is really, really good this year. But from a stat perspective, Anthony Edwards is not that good this year. Mike Conley goes 1 for 11, 1 for 9 from 3. He'll bounce back from this. Not too worried about him. Rudy grabbed 18 rebounds, but no blocks. And Cat also didn't have a good game offensively. Only took 10 shots. Somebody needs to get him the ball more. Jaden McDaniels, no defensive stats, but it's okay to roster. I think the upside is there because he's playing high minutes. And then he's a defender. He can get you defensive stats. And Naz Reid came off the bench, had the best game out of all the Timberwolves. Had 4 blocks with 18 points and 4 threes. He's a guy that we stream if they have a back-to-back, if Rudy is out. Moving on to the next game, the Utah Jazz and the Rockets. Well, the Rockets pull it out in overtime, but Jazz, they have been playing really, really good. They lost last 2 games. I don't think there's any shame in that. They lost to Rockets at home in overtime on the road, and then they lost to Oklahoma City Thunder at home. Very, very tough teams. And Colin Sexton is just a must roster now. 28 points, 5 assists, and 2 steals. There'll be games he doesn't play, 30 minutes, but he's just playing so good right now. Same thing with Jordan Clarkson. 33 points, 12 rebounds, and 4 threes. These two guards play has really, really been super, super solid. Have been unbelievable, actually, if you watch them play. Especially Sexton, how much he improved. It's amazing how much he improved. Lauri Markkanen, 22 points, 9 rebounds, and nothing else. Not the best game from Lauri. But the Rockets are a great team defensively. So, but Lauri also had I would say, a good year. And if you watch him play, they run a lot of actions for him. So he doesn't have to take a lot of dribbles. So it's easy, either catch and shoot on the 3, or a easy cut for a dunk. He's getting a lot of easy looks. There's not a lot of just give the ball to him and let him cook. That type of offensively, they don't really run that many type of plays. But Lauri's still getting his 18 shots a game, 18 shots here. Walker Kessler also, whenever they have a big body on the other side, Collins' minutes going to go down a little bit. Kessler gets 5 blocks in 32 minutes. This is why you hold him. Some games he does well, some games he doesn't play a lot of minutes. But you just write it out. What are you gonna do at this point? So next year you just you learn. Maybe just drafted a little bit too high. But it's mainly because the minutes, right? If he played 35 minutes, he's probably better, beats his draft position. For the Houston Rockets, well, this game went overtime, and you look at Jalen Green's minutes, only 28. And Taro Eason is not back yet. What happens when Taro Eason gets back? Some games Taro Eason plays a few more minutes. So Jalen Green can be let go. Dylan Brooks played 35, didn't really do anything, but he could be a streamer for points, not even points. Like he doesn't take that many shots, just playing hard defense, which is why he getting big minutes. Jabari Smith also amazing game, but how about and also Fred VanVleet didn't shoot the ball well, 2 for 10, but 18 points, 2 threes, 5 rebounds, 7 assists, 1 steal, and 3 blocks. If you punting field goal, you are all good. Fred VanVleet is the 27th ranked player. He just finds a way every year to be top 30, top 35. And again, if he punting field goal, he moves up a couple of spots too. Let me just see. If he punt, if you punt field goal, he's 16th ranked player. So, Fred VanVleet for sure, punting field goal is something you should be thinking about. It's not that hard to punt field goal, to be honest. There are a lot of guards in this league, just shoot low 40s and take 20 shots a game. Jalen Green, he could be droppable. And how about Pro Şengün? 41 minutes, 37 points, 14 rebounds, 6 assists, a steal and a block. Amazing stuff out of the Rocket. What is it? Second year? Third year? The last game of the night, the Grizzlies lost by the Bulls. 30 points is not really surprising, to be honest. I don't know how they beat Warriors the other day at home. Well, they shot 31%. Well, the only way for them to beat any team now is probably just shoot a crazy amount of threes and make a good amount of them. They really don't have any guard play. Luke Kennard hit 4 threes, 14 assists, 6 assists, 14 points, 4 threes, 6 assists is not bad. John Conchar. I'll be monitoring John Conchar's minutes, to be honest. 26 minutes here. If you get 30, then we got to roster him. He had 5 rebounds, 6 assists, and 2 blocks, which is pretty good. We were thinking about Gigi Jackson, but nah. Last game he had 10 minutes. This game he played 18. He's not a must roster. I would just drop it. But Wings Williams need to be rostered. Not the best game here, but he can provide in so many categories. And Santi Aldama also another guy that we should maybe think about rostering. 27 minutes here because of the blowout, but 8 rebounds, a steal, and 2 blocks is not bad at all. Jaren Jackson Jr., no blocks here. Another guy that I would try to sell. Depending on your circumstances, if you want to give away the blocks, because, if he ever gets hurt on this team, boom, out for 8 weeks. For the Bulls, Vucevic, well, because the blowout, everyone's minutes is low, and we know Zach LaVine, Kobe White had 17 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. I feel like we probably need more out of Kobe White. This game Zach LaVine didn't even play, and he played 36 minutes. Caruso, 2 steals and block. This is why we have him. Patrick Williams came in, played okay. Like, you could stream him for defensive stats as long as Zach LaVine is out. That means he's getting the minutes, and DeRozan played okay. I don't know how they blew them out by 30 points. Okay, the bench played pretty well as Ayo Dosunmu actually plus 28 in his 20 minutes. That's it, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.